All right, we're back for round one. We're on the draw. Our opponent chose to play first and kept. And we have the classic, here's all your mana but nothing hand. I kind of feel like keeping this. Does that make me a complete degenerate? It probably does. But like, this deck is mana hungry. We've got a kill condition. If we just draw something we can do early, we're going to be fine. Well, I mean, or he could play this and just ingest our entire deck. One of the things I've noticed about the ingest mechanic is it just kind of feels bad. It feels like no matter what they do, like, we want action now, so there's no way he's going to ingest a land. Like, what would be great? Him ingesting a land. That'd be fantastic. It's not going to happen. He's going to hit, like, 2-drop or something. Here, I'll go ahead and pull it up early so we can see it, because it's almost always what happens. Although, generally speaking, I'm happy to see my opponent play a 1-mana 1/1. But trigger hitting action card now. There you go. Of course, we couldn't have done anything with it anyway, but... Okay, so we are hitting all of the colors. This is good. Also, the Mire doesn't do anything, but I think we can save it as a spell, because not much else to do. Of course, I'm the idiot that kept the multi-lander. So now he hits action again. I've heard a lot of people complain about BFZ, and I think that's part of it. Although it's just variance what they're going to hit. Like, that actually wouldn't have been a terrible draw with this much mana in our hand, but here we are. Okay, so he's making a bunch of 1/1s. Silent Skimmer's not a bad dude to have come out next turn. I don't hate that. It can at least block some of the things. Alright, we'll stick with that. And we're going to pretend that we have the counter spell or something. Guess we could. We can at least stop him from ingesting so he doesn't get fuel forever. Hit a land? No. One of our card draw cards? Sure. Kind of concerned that he's going to cast like an Eyeless Watcher here and just completely run us over. That we can survive. All right, I do like Coastal Discovery. I don't like it right now. So let's get skimming. At least keep him from ingesting here. And likely draw a land, as we deserve. He's casting something big. Clutch of Currents would be nice here. Moto Gods, if you're listening, that's what I would most like to draw. There's even an argument for just snapping off the Coastal Discovery to draw cards. Like, I'm pretty sure we're just going to play this dude, but... Okay. That was interesting. He didn't need to sack the guys to do the thing, but he did anyway. So I do like the Sharpshooter because it can block and trade and do things, but I think we just slam this, hope he can't kill it, because then he doesn't really have good attacks, and yeah, I'll block with it. The Scry's pseudo-relevant, because again, he could just do bad things, but yeah, I think I need to use all my mana this turn. The Sharpshooter's obviously pretty good against his board, but it's going to be a while before we're activating it. Although in 3 more turns we could play it and activate it. That's a thing that could happen. Alright, you bounce my guy, you hit me in the face. We see what you did there. Here we block a 2-power creature because he's got enough ingested for whatever shenanigans he wants. So we just want to take as little damage as possible. This is highlighting one of the parts I don't like about the Skimmer. And that, and of course, it's always bad. in that it can't actually threaten to kill anything. Like now our only option is to play this and cross our fingers. And if he bounces it or kills it again, we're just dead. In fact, let's say we play it and trade for this block here. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're basically dead anyway. But certainly if he has anything else, I'll just have to not keep such a slow hand. That was greedy. But as I said, greedy Travis is greedy. I can see how if we were just basically one card deeper and he'd exiled some lands instead of these cards and we'd drawn these, we'd be in great shape. He's kind of doing a swarm the board type of strategy. Okay, so he kills our dude, swings in with the team. Pretty sure that makes us mostly dead. But we can check it out. Alright, that's actually pseudo a thing. Because I can't play the dude and activate it, but I can play the dude and the other dude and have multiple dudes. Does that actually leave me with any good blocks? I guess I go to 1. No, 1 is not 0. Well, it's better if he does it that way because I don't go to 1. So I think we have to block here. We have to block here. And we're pretty happy to block here. Right? We trade off for that. We don't take any damage from this and we just kill that. That seems fine. And I'll keep this up so at least I can do something with the mana. It's not going to be great, but it's a thing I can do. Hit a complete disregard, which would have been handy. 8-5 trample. Excuse me, 8-9 trample. So we're going to need a bounce spell. That is not a bounce spell. I don't think it hurts. Like, let's say we hit the bounce spell. We just bounce it. Probably still pretty screwed, but I don't think it hurts for him to see that I have a Coastal Discovery in my deck. So I can Tide Caller and get it back, but basically nothing's happening at this point. Like, I can't soak 8 points of damage no matter what I do, so I think we're just kind of done here. And we just let this finish up. I'll still make him go for the hit, but I don't see any point of showing him more cards. And so I won't. There you go, I got nothing. Alright, let's think for some sideboarding. He's very much like Zetoken's deck. I still feel like the Exert Influence is fine. I feel like the Splash is still fine. Royal Mage's Trick might be okay. We've got ways to kill a big thing. We don't, and we've got another way to kill a big thing, so I don't feel like we're going to get blown out on the big things thing. I mean, 2/3's fine, but Myers Malice might be okay. Again, just fire it off and get it back. I don't know what I'd take out for it, though. The Pulse looks pretty good against him. We could cut the white. Like, I don't know if I need that to get ahead of him. I was thinking about just taking out A planes for the Blighted Fin and then just play another one for random Exert Influence value, but we look like we're going to be pretty happy just casting it for a 2-power creature and taking that. Maybe there's an argument to wanting the Cascade as well. Like, his whole deck was based around getting that one early dude going. If we could have stopped that, we'd have been in great shape. I do like the processor as it matches up better against what he has. I think I'm just going to swap a Cascade for an island and call it a deck. That lets us potentially tap down his big thing if he gets it in play. This I like a bit better because it lets us kill things, it's got ramp, and then it's got something to do with the ramp. So this actually seems like a reasonable starting hand for this deck. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. Opponent has mulled to 5 so far, which probably also helps us a little more. Fat Cat is happily purring. What you got? Nothing? Okay. Nothing is acceptable. So we'll hold up the complete disregard, and then we can choose whether we want the archive or the skimmer next turn. If he plays anything decent, we'll probably just burn it. That is a thing we will destroy. You can get right on out of here. No ramp for you. So considering we don't have much to ramp into, there's an argument that we just play the skimmer here, because next turn we could potentially play the Hedron Archive and a 3-drop. So I think I'm just going to run out the skimmer so it can start attacking. Also, I mean, if we have to, we could just Clutch of Currents or something like that. But if we draw a 3-drop, then the Hedron Archive gets better. If we don't actually draw anything, well, then it kind of doesn't matter. Or we could draw a 5-drop. That would be fine. And then just decide to race. I guess I'm pretty good with that. Could always bounce that guy. Look, the Scry 2 on this dude should be fantastic. You are a merfolk wizard now, Harry. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got a thing? Fine, I'll take your 3. I don't know what the tricks are well enough, but I know there's a +2/+2 in green. And this is exceptionally relevant to my interests, that this not die. Alright, so having hit that, I think we're easily going to swing with both of these, and then probably just Clutch of Currents a token and make a 3/3 to block with. Which I don't hate. Because this hits him for 6, and then he can swing back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're racing 6 for 6, but we get a Scry out of the deal. I'm down with that. So Noyan, I like that. The only downside is we could not Clutch of Currents right now and still do it. But I mean, that's what, preventing 2 points of damage? So I don't want this. Can I cast this guy and the Clutch of Currents next turn if I do the Hedron Archive now? So I haven't played a land yet. We play the land, we play the Hedron Archive. That means we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Not quite enough to play him too. So I think I'll take him, but we're still going to go with our original plan here. Unless I miscounted, this is still going to be better for us. Like, just get one of these stupid things off the table and have a dude to block with. The downside is if people like play something huge, but our game plan is still to try to kill him in the air at 6 a turn. He's going to have to consider jump blocking soon, and he doesn't have any of his little processors enabled. I will block your Scion. Okay, you made a 3/3. So surprisingly, we draw Nguyen. Let's say we swing team 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not dead. I'd like to have blockers back, and this gives me 2 blockers for sure, which I like. Like, I can play the archive and this guy if I don't want the blocker, but I think I want the blocker. Let's see what we've got coming up next turn. I'm just going to scry away non-lands. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And I don't mind drawing the guide because I can cast it and activate it. And with him at 6, that means this plus anything that's unblocked is lethal. So we'll just do that. Because he may decide, you know, he'll chump block here or something like that. That means we can just play the ally, make this unblockable, kill him with it. Or he won't make us show him the card. I like that. So I do like the plan of drawing non-lands. That seems good. Going on the draw, I'm not so sure I still like our sideboard plan here, or our plan of playing Nguyen. Even though he's going to be great if we resolve him, it just may take too long. What could I do that's a little faster? Like, we consider one of these dorky assassins just to block his stuff. I mean, the dampening pulse still does a great job of that. Consider the Myers Malice as just a way to do a thing. Maybe over the Ruin Processor. Like, do I need that to kill him? We can kill him with this, with the Tide Caller. Dominator Drone kind of sucks, but I mean, you gotta have a thing. Could kill him with that. Maybe you just don't mess with the best. Could hack the Cascade out for the other island. I think I'm being risky if I don't just cut this for now. Let's get another swamp and then the Blighted Fen in and just go for the straight 2-color plan. That gives us basically another removal spell, and I think I like either the Assassin or the Myers Malice. I'm gonna try out Myers Malice. Like, it's decent if we draw it early, it's decent if we draw it late. Well, it's not necessarily decent, but it's okay. I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to make sure we don't get mana screwed in this last game, because I feel like if we can just resolve one of our big flyers and or a dampening pulse, it's gonna be hard for us to lose. It also seems like keeping him from getting ingest shenanigans going early is a pretty big game, so I like this keep because of that. It's got a nice 1, 2, 3 curve. Let's not forget he mulled to 5, so that doesn't mean our deck is amazing and his is terrible, just that, you know, things happened. Wouldn't mind hitting another land. Thank you, deck. So let's get our ingestion on. Got a Merc Strider. Those are delicious. One of my favorite breakfast items. So if it does an elf, we probably kill it. We'd probably kill that too, huh? Although dampening pulse is really good against that. I'd like to be able to exert some influence on it. But I think just getting the damn thing out of the way and continuing to chug a lug is good, because one of the ways he wins is with him doing stupid ingest shenanigans, and I don't want to deal with that. Gets us in damage, gets another card ingested. Like, it'd be nice to hit another land, but we kind of don't even have to. Well, the Bone Splinters isn't great. But gosh, Dampening Pulse would be so good. So good. I'll just play this and hit him for some more damages. Also making it where he can't really attack us effectively. Ah, now he has effective attacking. That's going to be a problem. Until we draw that dampening, a mana and play Dampening Pulse. That's mana. That's a Dampening Pulse. So if we play that, all of his stuff is 0/1s. And we can swing with our team, and he's kind of screwed. I kind of feel like that'd be good. Like, isn't this good? Like, he can trade this for any one of our dudes, and I'm kind of okay with him doing exactly that. Like, if you want to do that, you can. Or you can start the chumping. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do too. We've got as many cards as we want nommed up here. It's actually good to see two big Eldrazi get gobbled. Maybe in the original Zendikar or Rise for the Eldrazi format, these guys were there was a Dampening Pulse in play. That's what I'm trying to say. So land would be a good draw here, because we're going to Bone Splinters that one way or the other, but it'd be nice to do that and cast something else. We could also take a hit for 7 and not really care, but I think I need to kill it and send this little guy on his way. You've been good for us, Sludge Crawler, but is this really how we're finishing this game? I mean, it probably is. I hit for 3 this turn and then finish it out in the air. Bone Splinters is so good next turn. I think I can take a hit for 7. He may not even be able to attack with the damn thing. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like just getting the mana out. It means I can cast 2 things next turn. Like, who knows, maybe he has a bigger thing that I'm worried about. Alright, I'll take the damage. See, like here we can do something like exert influence on this guy and then Bone Splinters that guy, and that seems so good. Do we attack first? No, I don't think so. I don't want to give him the opportunity to block. So let's just nom that. Like, I don't even really have to Bone Splinters it. How much is it to cast? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I can just clutch it. I can do that next turn too. Like, what's he going to do? Attack me for 7 again? I mean, Bone Splinters is a sorcery. I would have liked to have gotten this in play too, but I didn't. So, I mean, that is what it is. I can just clutch whatever he plays next turn and probably kill him with it, right? So there's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's close to dead, and then this should finish it up. So there's really no reason not to kill this guy. Let's just get rid of it. We've got all the ingesting we need done. So Dampening Pulse is a real Magic card, in case anyone was wondering. Incubator Drone? Okay. Enjoy your 1/3. It's any reason not to just slam this and move along with our life. Like, we can attack with the 3/2 pretty happily. So let's do that. They may just take it. That'd be great. I was ready to start chumping with the little dudes. That's fine. Like, we can bounce one next turn. That's a thing we can do. We can sack this at some point for the cards if we want to. It's like I don't hate bouncing his other Scion. I certainly don't now. Yeah, let's do that. So let's bounce you. Let's make a swamp a thing. I can't remember which swamp I targeted, but I guess it doesn't matter if I'm going to do it like this. Because I think what I'm going to do is just attack with the swamp. And then next turn get the Awaken spell back, give the swamp flying. So what happens if I swing team? He goes to 1. I don't think I'd like to let him eat that and go to 1. So we'll just attack with the other things. I'm not like in super danger anyway, but can't hurt to be cautious. Tend to do better when I'm making plays that are a little more on the conservative line. Oh, he got me. He got me. He did a thing. He scoured from existence my dampening pulse. I don't think it matters because we've got 5 damage in the air, but it was certainly a play. All right, it says he conceded, but I have not yet won the match, which is interesting. Okay, there we go. Cool. Well, there was round 1. So greedy keeps are bad and other cards are good. We'll see you for round 2 in just a minute. Thanks for tuning in, folks.